Okay, it's a mind problem more than a situation problem. You can get yourself out of there. Just put it in reverse. Tag goes in the left ear. So there really is no downside to having baby lambs around, except for the constant death. Are you dead? Nope, okay. Another beautiful morning here in February. This is supposed to be the last of the warm weeks. Highs hovering around 0 still. And the week after this looks like we're dipping back down to -10, -15, which is actually quite okay with me. If we could get a little bit more snow for some moisture, that would be awesome, but we'll see what we got for us today. Hey everyone. One, 2, 3. That's it. We got this one. This is Bat Lamb. She's got the black mask. She sucks. She had twins. They were both hers. I watched them fall out of her. Tried to kill one of them. And uh-oh. Hey, hey. No, are you sleeping or are you in trouble? Just sleeping. Okay, she tried to kill one of them. So I put him in the orphan pen, but I think she hurt him so bad he's probably toast. Yep. He's dead. Lovely. Thanks, Mom. Okay, that does the orphans for the morning. One thing I will say about that heatwave milk warmer, they want you to clean it out like every day or every couple days. I had no end of issues with it when I was cleaning it out that often last year, so whether it's good practice or not, I'm not cleaning out as frequently, meaning flushing it out with a proper cleaner. And now, honestly, it works so much better. We're having way better success this year than we were last year. And that's a really good thing. Okay, it's a mind problem more than a situation problem. You can get yourself out of there. Just put it in reverse. Just reverse. Oh, come on. Ah. Hard. Are you dead? Nope, okay. I also get questions about these sheds. The story is we built them. They're just the same design as you can buy for a calf shelter, built out of 2 7/8 either drill stem, oil filled pipe, or production tubing, depending on who's listening. But yeah, they're what are they? They're 18 by 45. These ones are. I don't recommend putting tin on them. My first rendition was with tin. The second ones we did were all wood plank siding. Way better, way stronger. I thought the sheep wouldn't wreck tin, but they most certainly do. Yeah, the idea with these is I want ewes and lambs all together. I used to try and keep just sheds for the lambs, similar to calf shelters, and we had a whole whack of dead lambs. So when it's really cold, and because we push everything outside so often, I want the ewes snuggled up with the lambs at all times. I don't have a dedicated creep area. I don't have anything, any place separate for the lambs to go. I rely on the creep panel from these advantage feeders. Works really well. And honestly, being able to keep lambs outside is how you keep your costs down. And even if I did start it all over again, I would just keep using this setup. With the lambs in the sun and with the bale shredder that I have, we can bed things real easy. Works really well. But speaking of that bale shredder, they look like they could use some more straw. So we're gonna do that here. But first we're gonna go, there's 2 or 3 ewes that we can process, put them into this group pen. Okay, so we have our sheep with our lambs. And when she's stomping, she's got a bit of an attitude problem, so you need to shape up. So every other year, I would color them with their paint and number them with said paint. I would give them a selenium shot, dock their tail, give them an RFID tag. This year we're skipping the selenium shot and we're skipping painting the number on them. Number worked great for like the first 2 weeks, and then it wears off. It kind of is, everyone else was doing it, so I was doing it. This year I'm like, well, if I give them the RFID tag and I need to know who they are, I'll just scan them. And it honestly works better, makes processing lambs so much faster. But I do still paint a line down the back of the ewe, so then I at least know if there's a ewe wandering around, she's supposed to have had lambs. And I'll switch the colors up depending on the month. And the other thing that we're skipping is a selenium shot. So we're switching to this stuff. It's called Vita First Care. I was advised by the vet to go to that instead of selenium injections, and I've since heard a lot of other people doing that. I have no idea. I'm not a vet. I can't tell you if it's better or worse. It's easier. I don't have to deal with needles, which I like, and so far no problems. I do not give Baycox drench. I don't give any other medication at birth. I just give them this. No pills, nothing like that. No coccidia prevention this early. The coccidia prevention is in the feed. Get them on that as soon as possible. I'm nervous of using things like Baycox just as a prevention consistently. We lamb in the winter to try and keep things frozen and not have problems with bugs. I'm sure if we start having problems, I'll have to address it at that time. Another thing I do, if they're a boy or if they're a girl that I don't want to keep, tag goes in the left ear. If it's a lamb that I want to keep as a replacement, tag goes in the right ear. That way, even if they lose their tag and I don't know who they are, it's not ideal to not have records on things, but at some point I knew I wanted to keep that lamb. That stops me from giving away good genetics, good replacements, if they lose their tag. So now once everyone's been processed, they go straight outside. I've found just to make everyone calmer, I just move the ewes out, then I carry the lambs out. Something that I definitely need to build is a little wagon or something to carry the lambs out. I just hand bomb them and it gets kind of exhausting. Works pretty good. This works really good when it's this warm out. And we haven't had a minus 40 wind yet. I can imagine it'll wipe them little guys right out, but for now we'll take it. If nobody saw my previous video, I fabricated all these pens up before lambing this year. What kind of fabricator would I be if I didn't already have a laundry list of changes I'm gonna make? With the triplets, new triplets set up, orphans are all looked after, got some new shavings in, so I moved the biggest ones out of this pen into that pen, just to give these guys a little bit more room. If you have a spot if you can segregate your orphans best you can. So this pen right here is for the youngest or smallest ones, and I'm getting ready to put a new one in there, so I wanted him to have the best chance of taking it. I don't think he's gonna live, this new guy. This was a set of triplets from yesterday. She had one. He just has no will to live. They're kind of like people sometimes. Some just have no will to work, and we call those socialists. So these new panels I built, I can slide my tripod in the top holes, makes nice camera angles. Does not want to suck. Might have to tube him. I'd rather he sucks on his own. There we go, he's starting. One benefit about having baby lambs around is if you have females in your life, aside from sheep, and you need to be persuasive, these work pretty good. So say on a romantic sense, if you're trying to make a good impression and you're losing out because, I don't know, Brad Pitt walks in the room, you'd be like, oh, I can beat that, I've got baby lambs. So you just carry a baby lamb with you. Or in a non-romantic sense, if you want to go spend some time with the boys and one of the boys' wives is being a little bit sticky, you just tell her, well, we'll send you a baby lamb if you let him come out and play. And if you need an excuse to not go do something, just say, oh, sorry, too many baby lambs. So there really is no downside to having baby lambs around, except for the constant death. Oh, and we might have some action here. Let's catch this one in the wild. That's what we in the business call a big fat mama. And if she's pawing the ground, could be two things. One, she's going to lay down, which is, when you're that size, seems to be quite an ordeal. Or she's pawing the ground, she's kind of looking for a nest, sort of, where she's going to have her babies. Like I was saying earlier, I'm getting ready for quite an influx of babies coming any day. So it's nice and calm right now, but always be ready. I don't like this guy's chances. Now before I go in, notice the orphans have their zoomies, so let's watch. Ah, so cute, aren't they? It just brings a tear to your eye. Well, with that, we're gonna grab lunch, then we'll be back out with the tractor. This bale that I just loaded is really soft. It was the first one that the baler put out, so they couldn't sell it. So I'm hoping it's enough to cover the pen. I'm having trouble reaching this shed. If the wind is right, I can do it, but good and bad. When it's nice and warm, I don't mind it. If the straw's out, then they're out, and then the straw doesn't build up at the back, because with the tin on these sheds, when the manure pack gets so deep, it's just starting to eat the tin away. So I'm gonna have to re-tin the back wall. But it is still better than the old days where we would just push straw. It's just me. I just push straw bales in there and make it work. So everyone's happy, everyone's dry. We're right on the edge of mud, as you can see. But anyway, that's all I've got for you. That's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you very much for watching. Again, my apology that I didn't film the very beginning of lambing. It was just a really crazy week. Sometimes I forget that I'm supposed to film all this stuff. If there's things people want to see more of or want to get me explained, keep putting that in the comments. Eventually I will talk about the numbers, the business behind it all. That's on the list. I might talk about the feed bunks and do a video on how I build them in the future. I haven't decided yet. I'll think about it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna keep doing this as long as people watch, so we'll have a good one. See you next time.